Did you think keeping your weight off after 40 was going to be as easy as it was in your 20s? I did. But slowly and steadily, I started gaining weight until I hit my heaviest in over 15 years. I decided to make a change. And after months of trial and error, I eventually lost over 10 pounds. But oh my gosh, it was a grind. And I wish that I had made a few simple changes a lot sooner. So here are 9 things I learned about VR fitness that will help you lose weight after turning 40. I used to spend hours playing VR games, dripping in sweat with a smile on my face. Not only did this help me lose weight 6 years ago, but it also helped me keep it off until the end of my 30s. So slow and steadily, I started gaining weight. And on my 40th birthday, I had never been heavier while also just being very active. I had to make a change. I invested in a new fitness tracker and started paying close attention to the type of activity that I was doing. Turns out, I was spending most of my time in what is known as zone 3, meaning I wasn't working hard enough to challenge my cardiovascular system, and I was working too hard for efficient fat burning. So even if I was sweating for over an hour, I wasn't really allowing myself to use the energy systems that would deliver results. Lesson number 1 is that intensity matters. Just burning calories isn't enough when you get older, especially as a woman. Aim for 30 to 60 minutes per week in zones 4 and 5. Use your fitness tracker to check your zones, or just push yourself hard enough that you can no longer speak a full sentence. This is not only the most effective way to burn calories, but it will also challenge your cardiovascular system to get stronger, making you feel more energetic throughout the day. After I adjusted my routine to include 3 high-intensity workout sessions per week, I would still fill in the other days with activity that I really enjoyed. So when I looked at my daily activity levels, I was happy to see that I consistently hit over 10,000 steps, but most of it happened at the same time, and I still spent most of my day sitting still at my desk. Lesson number 2 is to increase your non-exercise activity as much as possible. This is any activity in zones 1 and zone 2, meaning you can comfortably talk while doing it. Playing low-intensity maps in games like Synth Riders, Allo Moves, or even story-driven games makes a huge impact on how many calories you burn in a day. And the best part is that you get to have fun while doing it. I used to get absolutely drenched playing Beat Saber, but after a while, I could clear the hard levels without a drop of sweat. The better I got at the game, the more efficient my moves became, which meant I didn't have to work as hard. Lesson number 3 is to keep changing the games that you are playing, or change up your workouts. The better you get at a game, the fewer calories you will burn doing the exact same movement pattern. Pay attention to your heart rate, and once a workout starts becoming too easy, it's time to switch it up. As much as I love VR, there were days when I really just didn't want to get off the couch. I was just too tired and unmotivated to do a 30-minute HIIT session. Lesson number 4 is that consistency is always better than perfection. Find a game that makes you excited. And on days when it's extra hard to put on the headset, choose the path of least resistance. Those 5 minutes are better than nothing, and it will keep your routine building strong. When I noticed I was starting to gain weight, the first thing I did was to check on what I was eating, eliminating as many processed foods as possible and focusing on fresh whole foods made me instantly feel better and less bloated, but it didn't help me lose any weight. It was only when I started paying attention to my protein levels that things started to change. Lesson number 5 is that you can't out-exercise an unbalanced diet. And as we get into our 40s, protein intake is way more important than before, especially for us women. Aim for 1 gram per pound of desired body weight per day. After 3 months of steady weight loss, it all of a sudden stopped. Without changing anything in my routine, I had hit a plateau. And I knew the only way to overcome a plateau is to change what I'm doing and increase the number of calories my body burned at rest. Lesson number 6 is to incorporate strength training to build more muscle. This means that you have to challenge your muscles so much that you can't possibly lift more or hold your position any longer. The exact parameters for doing this will depend on your current strength level and experience. And if you're new to resistance training, then FitXR Sculpt classes, Alamove's Pilates, and Light Sports free weight sessions are a great place to start. For me, this stage meant going back to the gym so that I could select a weight that I could only use for about 6 to 8 repetitions before giving out. But I would bring my VR headset with me and do my warm-up and post-workout cardio in VR, which will always just be more fun and motivating than the treadmill. I knew I needed to build a lot more muscle if I wanted to reach my weight loss target. So I still maintained 30 minutes of high-intensity cardio per week and did my best to complete a walk every single day, in addition to 4 or more strength training sessions per week, which made it extra difficult to see that the number on the scale was not budging. Lesson number 7 is that weight loss is not linear. And because muscle weighs more than fat, this means that you'll have times when you won't see much change on the scale. You might even see the number going up. But stick to the process, and after a couple of weeks, you should notice your body fat starting to come off again. Months into my focused weight loss journey, I still didn't see the results that I wanted. Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw the same person staring back at me, making me less and less motivated. Lesson number 8 is to incorporate a reliable tracking and measurement system. Changes take time, and because you are so close to your own transformation, it's almost impossible to notice it on your own. Get a smart scale if you can, so you can track changes in body fat and muscle percentages, and use measuring tapes to check your circumferences. And even though it is terribly uncomfortable to take off that oversized t-shirt to take a picture of yourself, no one else needs to see it, and you'll be so incredibly grateful that you did. So I estimate that I hit perimenopause at the end of my 30s. That means big changes in how my body handles stress. Lesson number 9 is to treat your sleep and recovery with the same dedication as your exercise and diet. Stress comes in many forms, but your body reacts to it in the same way, by increasing the level of stress hormone cortisol, which, among other things, promotes fat storage. So keeping a consistent routine and incorporate stress-reducing exercises throughout the day and before bed can be crucial for losing weight. But although all of these lessons that I have just taught you are incredibly powerful, if you don't know how to pick the right VR app, then none of them are going to work. So watch this video and next, where I'll show you which VR fitness workouts to choose if you want to transform your body.